everyone, over here, we're back, and today we are doing another anti-MLM video talking about Beachbody, specifically in the realm of, is Beachbody a pyramid scheme? We are going to hear that answer from one of the top Beachbody coaches, and this video that I found is from October 6th, 2015, so it is 5 years old, and she was then at the top, and as of 2019 is still at the top, and I'm sure it is safe to say that as of 2020 she is still at the top. She has been with the company since 2011, and as many have said, if you get into an MLM near the beginning, you are bound to be at the top and make the most money. If you get in after so many people have been in, it's harder to find people to be underneath you, and it's easier to get in near the beginning, hardest, especially right now. So let's see what somebody who is in the top of the company has to say about their business being a pyramid scheme. And side note for me personally, if I ever had to explain to somebody why the business that I work for, the company that I work for, is not a pyramid scheme or a scam, it is just something that I would never feel comfortable talking about and or even wanting to work for if that is ever a concern that somebody has when they hear my company's name. I want to be proud of the company I work for all around and not have to ever explain to somebody why it is or isn't a scam. Anyways, let's get started.
Hey, it's cold. I know it's cold here too. Actually, the sun is shining, so I'm going to take it. The pumpkin patch was awesome. I really loved the pumpkin patch. We had a blast. The weather's been great, and I like it. As long as it stays sunny, I can handle. But if it gets cold and dreary and rainy and miserable, that's when I'm ready to move south. Oh, and this jacket, guys, was our gift for Superstar Diamond Day. When we flew out to California, they gave us these Lululemon jackets, and they're really awesome. So just another perk of being a Superstar Diamond coach is you get pretty cool swag. So anyways.
I believe she was doing some sort of Facebook Q&A or Facebook Live back in the day, and that's how she was interacting with her coaches or just people who are following her. Again, she's at the top, so people want to follow her. They want to, know what she did, how they can follow exactly what she's doing, and then for her to throw in, look at my Lululemon jacket. If you reach Superstar Diamond, then you get it too, and we get all this fun stuff as Superstar Diamond. So I wanted to know what it takes to become a Superstar Diamond. So let's take a look at how to become a diamond, because you need to become a diamond first before you become a Superstar Diamond. It just makes sense. So according to this chart, you need to have at least 6 people underneath you, and then, 8 people underneath you, and 2 of those people need to have at least 2 people underneath them for you to reach the diamond status. And according to the bottom, I don't know if this is yearly or monthly, but it says a Beachbody Diamond coach makes approximately as low as $400 or almost $300,000. That is a huge range in a number. Like, that is massive. And then it says the average is $15,000. So you make $15,000 in a year, give or take, probably more take. And I was trying to figure out how the whole pay works, like how it says you get right here, it says you also get a 10% weekly team cycle bonus. And I don't know if they are saying or 10% of what your Emerald coaches earn in team bonuses. And from what I learned, it is most common for Emerald coaches to make between $14 and $28 a week. And so you get 10% of that for them just doing whatever they need to be doing. You aren't doing anything, but you get 10% of whatever they're doing. So that's why coaches are always harping on people to get more people underneath them, because if all of these coaches had, were emerald, then the diamond coach gets 10% of everything that person made for that week or month or whatever. So let's look for superstar diamond. And it says star diamond coaches. A star diamond means that a coach has another diamond on their team that they signed up. So they are a diamond themselves, and one of their other people they have underneath them also has essentially 10 people underneath them. And then it says you may see someone say they are a 2-star, 7-star, etc. This represents how many coaches are diamond on a certain person's team. So if you are, let's take for example, a 5-star diamond coach, you have 5 people who are diamond underneath you, and as we learned, each coach who is diamond has 10 people underneath them. So that is 50 people underneath you, and you're at the top of all of that. So the girl who we were watching is a superstar diamond. I don't know what number she is. I assume pretty high if she's been in the business for 9 years. And let's just look and just throw it out there. A star diamond Beachbody coach makes approximately as low as $2,320 or $3,577,535, or on average a little over $100,000. These numbers are all over the place. Like, I was trying to look up exactly how much certain people make, and I know, it is sales, so it always just depends, but there's no like real concrete answer of how much someone is going to make, and it's always up in the air, and it's very confusing. And if I'm confused, I can only assume the people who are getting involved must be really confused too. And again, they're always promised this freedom and this lifestyle, and like you can make a full-time income, and if you just work hard enough, but you don't have to work that hard, but always work hard. It just is a lot. And if I'm confused, I don't even work for the company. Somebody who works for the company is probably even more confused. Like, how exactly do I get paid? Like, I'm working really hard and I'm not seeing that income that I was promised. So let's continue and see what more the reason is for why this is not a pyramid scheme.
You went to the pumpkin patch. I got a white.
Oh wait, we haven't even gotten to why it is not a pyramid scheme. So let's actually get to that part. Sorry, I just wanted to do a side note of kind of the breakdown of the ranking of Beachbody and like kind of where her standing is.
Pumpkins this year, because I decided I was gonna sort of change it up a little bit and go away from the orange. All right, so our topic today is a tough one because it's about Beachbody. It's about coaching. It's about, is Beachbody coaching a pyramid scheme? How many of you, when you started coaching, or maybe you're new and then you're listening to this podcast or this broadcast today and you're like, okay, I'm getting this question all the time. Like, are you getting the question, is Beachbody a pyramid? You heard us talk last week about Beachbody coaching and, not really being on board when I started coaching. And we talked a little bit about how I got him to understand what coaching was. He was definitely that guy that called what I was doing a pyramid scheme. Here's a funny story. I was coaching and I was in the first 6 months of my business, and I'm standing out in the driveway. I'm talking to my neighbors, and my neighbor actually was talking to me about pyramid schemes and how, the neighbor next door, he's in this pyramid scheme, and he was approaching them about the business, and he was having them over for a business meeting, and he was trying to talk them into buying into his programs and his products and signing up. And he was talking about how awful these pyramid schemes are, and I was like, well, not all companies are like that. I tried to explain it, and he's like, no, every network marketing company is a pyramid scheme. And I just kind of giggled to myself. It kind of felt uncomfortable at first. And I just realized that he was not educated about what it really was. So let me just kind of back up and tell you how I figured this out. So when I signed up for coaching, first person that said Beachbody's a pyramid scheme, I had no idea what they were talking about. I actually had to go and Google what is a pyramid scheme so I could figure it out, because I signed up to be a coach because I loved the products. I was drinking Shakeology. I was working out. I was a part of a challenge group. I was getting amazing results. So I was naturally just an advocate for the programs. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I get paid to help other people? Why wouldn't I run these groups and help other people get results too? I sort of walked into this blind. I was like, I don't even know what network marketing is. I have no idea what I'm doing. All I know is that I want to help people, and this is a great company, and I believe in their mission.
This is something that you hear so much in MLMs, and I've spoke on this in my other couple videos. And specifically, you hear it a lot in Beachbody is, you know, I love the lifestyle, I love the products, I love the transformation, I love all of this. Why would I not want to sell? Like, why wouldn't I want to sell this? Like, it should be the natural next step. And for a lot of people, that's not the next natural step. Just because you love something does not mean that you want to sell it to other people. Just because you love something doesn't mean you can sell it to other people. Most people don't feel comfortable in sales. It really does take a very special particular person to be in sales. Sales is a very hard job. You really have to know the ins and outs of everything for you to be a good salesperson. And of course, it's something you can learn over time, but I believe that the people who are in sales for a reason. But not everyone can be in sales just because they love a product. So that's not, to me, it's not a strong enough argument to join a company just because you like the product. Does not mean that the next natural step is to sell it.
I signed up. But as people were starting to challenge me on what I was doing, I felt like it was my duty to become educated. I felt like if I'm going to own this business, then I need to know how to explain what it is that I'm doing. And so one of your jobs as a coach is to research and have the answers. It's like going to an interview, right? You research the company. A good applicant researches the company that they're interviewing for. They know the history. They know a little bit about the success of the company and their mission and their values and the way and their best business practices. And you should know the same thing about the company you're working for. You should know the exact same thing about Team Beachbody. So that's what I did. I went on and I Googled what is a pyramid scheme, because don't we all want to know that? Now, if you're going to explain this to somebody, what is illegal is when a company does not buy, there's no transaction of goods and services. So the way you would get paid in that kind of a business is the more people you sign up, the more enrollments you have, that's how you get paid. There's no transaction of goods and services. It's all based on you just signing people up and getting people on your team. And then that means that you're the only person at the top and there can be nobody else that can surpass you or can make more money than you. And you sort of are just the catch-all, right? So a pyramid scheme, there's no transaction of goods or services. Is that Beachbody? No. We are products of the product, right? So our main mission is to help people achieve healthy and fulfilling lives by connecting them to a Beachbody fitness program, by connecting them with Shakeology, by supporting them in a challenge group, by helping them start and finish a program. So that's really important when you're talking to somebody to say there's a transaction of goods and services. If I was just signing people up to sign them up, then of course that would be illegal. That would not be in compliance. But as a Beachbody coach, also the second piece of the puzzle does not mean just because she created the dream team, that doesn't mean she's always going to be at the top. That doesn't mean she's always going to make the most money. That doesn't mean that people on her team cannot surpass her. And so if you think about a pyramid scheme, right, there's a person at the top and then everybody else is underneath. That's not how Beachbody is. I could sign up somebody that, and I could be working the business, I could be inviting people, I could be hitting Success Club, and then all of a sudden I could decide that I'm going to step back and I'm not going to do it anymore. And the people underneath of me could keep going. And what would happen is I would reach a cap where I cannot advance anymore. I cannot make any more money unless I myself continue to work my business, which means that the people underneath of me can advance in rank. They can become a 5, a 6, a 7-star diamond coach, and I could stay at this level capped out, but they could be making more money than me because they're advancing their business forward. So
before I let her continue, so she is saying, yes, can somebody, one of her diamond coaches go and be a 7-star diamond coach? Yes, they could. Let's say, for example, she's a 5-star diamond coach, which, comfortably, she's probably making a good $1 million doing that for just having people do everything else underneath her. And hey, if she doesn't want to work, making $1 million a year, that sounds great. But yeah, if somebody else wanted on her team was hit, let's say, 7-star diamond coach, she still gets a percentage of everything that coach is making. So if that coach is making more money, she gets more of a percentage from that coach. And they're just like a subset of her pyramid. So they kind of like may have gone this, but we still got a little connector up here, but we still have this nice shape that goes out underneath our lovely lady here.
The person at the top is not always the person at the top. They might just be geographically placed in a certain spot, but that doesn't give them rights to more. There is a cap, a ceiling to what they can achieve. If you think about a corporation, you have a boss. You have employees. Your employees report to the boss. That is more of a pyramid. Your boss is making more money than the employees. They're getting a bigger bonus than the employees. In network marketing, you're your own boss. You determine your paycheck. If you want a raise, you don't have to wait for your review. You don't have to go and pitch your viewpoint of why you deserve a raise. Give yourself a raise. Invite more. Build a team. Learn social media. Market yourself. You get to determine how fast or how slow you grow. You run the bus. You run the ship. You drive it. You decide that course of direction. That is the difference. You becoming educated about it is going to give you confidence, right? Yeah, and that's exactly, I used to think those at top would make more, and that isn't it at all. The people at the top that are making great money are people that have built the business and are doing things the right way. So keep that in mind.
Are the ones working the hardest.
I was a marketing professional, so when I came into Beachbody, again, I was a consumer, very passionate about what I was doing, but I needed to become educated. So the first book I actually read was...
Okay, before I let her continue and explain how she more educated herself in why her MLM is not a pyramid scheme, just the other day, I found another YouTube video of another individual who is in an MLM, and I was looking at her comments, and this is a video that was posted this year. So 5 years, give or take, after, this lady posted her Facebook Live, an individual in another MLM got this question on her video saying, how do you respond to people who say that this is a pyramid scheme? And she responds, I educate them. Pyramid schemes are illegal and don't imply an exchange of products. A pyramid scheme is when someone takes people's money and doesn't give anything in return. I tell them to go to Canada or USA government's websites and read about direct sales companies registered with the government. We are legal, we pay taxes, and we run a legitimate business just like any other business. And I can't remember if it was the same person or if it was a different person who replied saying, but that's not all of what a pyramid scheme is. Many pyramid schemes offer products. They are simply a different type. And the same girl responds by saying, well, if you look at it that way, then any corporation or organization is basically a pyramid scheme with the CEO, then board of directors, managers, and employees on the bottom. In traditional business, a regular bottom-level employee can never make more money than a CEO. While a direct selling model, anyone can make more money than their upline. This business is the most purest and brilliant model I have ever seen, where anyone can make progress if they put in the work and get multiple rewards and bonuses. While in traditional business, that is hardly ever the case. Bottom line is, no one can be an entrepreneur, and not everyone can make it in direct sales, and that is okay. But those who have the guts and the hustle and the passion to build and help others make amazing progress and have a great life, not everyone succeeds, because not everyone treats it like a business. But those who do are quite happy with their outcomes. 80% of women millionaires are in direct sales. I have another comment I want to show, but I don't know where she got that fact. I have no idea where she got that fact. Just pulled it out of nowhere. So I don't know if she responded to somebody and they deleted their comment, or if she was like continuing on from the last comment, but she continues by saying, doesn't a CEO of the company need to recruit employees to make money and bonuses? The thing is that recruitment is done for you by other people in a traditional job. Another difference is that you don't make nearly as many bonuses, don't have any opportunity to earn up to 5 paid-for vacations a month. Your job probably doesn't provide you with a paid-for luxury vehicle. There are tons of differences. And you know what? At the end of the day, not everyone can be an entrepreneur and run their MLM business, and that is totally fine. It just gives people a way to make extra money on their own. And I know plenty of successful people in this amazing industry. No, it is not for everyone, and that is totally fine. All people have a choice. So I wanted to throw that in there because that is from a totally different MLM with almost the exact same reasoning as the Beachbody coach. It's do your research. It's not a pyramid scheme because we have goods and services. Now, they said multiple times to do your research, to look it up. So I did. I decided I wanted to go to the FTC website. And this is a government website. And I wanted to see what their take on pyramid schemes and MLM businesses are. So, according to the FTC, when it comes to pyramid schemes are scams. They can look remarkably like legitimate MLM business opportunities. But if you become a distributor for a pyramid scheme, it can cost you and your recruits, often your family and friends, substantial time and money. The promoters of a pyramid scheme may try to recruit you with pitches about what you'll earn. They may say you can change your life, quit your job, and even get rich by selling the company's products. That's a lie. Your income would be based mostly on how many people you recruit, not how much product you sell. Pyramid schemes are set up to encourage recruitment to keep a constant stream of new distributors and their money flowing into the business. Often in a pyramid scheme, you'll be encouraged or even required to buy a certain amount of products at regular intervals, even if you already have more inventory than you can use or sell. You may even have to buy products before you are eligible to be paid or get certain bonuses. You also may have to pay repeated fees for other items like training sessions or expensive marketing materials. In addition, the company may say you can earn lavish rewards like prizes, bonuses, exotic vacations, and luxury cars. However, it often turns out that you have to meet certain product purchase, recruitment, training, or other goals to qualify for the rewards, and only a handful of distributors ever qualify. Eventually, most distributors find that no matter how hard they work, they can't sell enough inventory or recruit enough people to make money. They also can't keep up with the required fees or the inventory purchases they need to make to qualify for rewards, and they can't earn enough money to cover their expenses. In the end, most people run out of money, have to quit, and lose everything they invested. And just adding one more thing from the FTC website, here are some warning signs of a pyramid scheme. Promoters make extravagant promises about your earning potential. Stop. Such promises are fake. Promoters emphasize recruiting new distributors for your sales network as the real way to make money. Walk away. In a legitimate MLM program, you should be able to make money just by selling the product. Promoters play on your emotions or use high-pressure sales tactics, maybe saying you'll lose the opportunity if you don't act now, and discouraging you from taking time to study the company. Leave by the nearest exit. Any company that tries to pressure you to join is one to avoid. And finally, distributors buy more products than they want to use or can resell, just to stay active in the company or to qualify for bonuses or other rewards. If you see this happening, keep your money. So there's one thing I want to point out. It was point number 2, and we'll specifically go with Beachbody, because I know that a coach could probably say, well, you can make money in the company by selling the product. Yes, you get 25% for everything that you sell in Beachbody, but you can only sell so much. We saw when you're a diamond coach, you get 10% of whatever your other coaches are selling. So you get more money that way. It is an incentive to make more money. And that's why we see so often the focus of getting more people on your team. And yes, you of course are needing them to buy the products, but it really is an emphasis on have them join your team, have them join the Beachbody coaching lifestyle and financial freedom and all of that, so that you can boost up and have that 10% bonus of whatever your team makes. So with all of that being said and shown, it seems like the whole do your research thing may have backfired, because from what I see and from what the FTC says, even if it is a legitimate MLM, it is best to stay away because it probably is a pyramid scheme. And when distributors are the main consumer, I think that's when we start to see major problems. All right, let's continue this video and find out what other reasons she will give us to educate ourselves.
This one, Go Pro by Eric Worre, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional. And in here, it really talked to me. And, you know, Eric Worre is very much the network marketing kind of mindset, but I've taken some of his principles and I've been able to apply them to my business. I've been able to use this. I've been able to use this to teach my team for me to have a better understanding of the business, right? And so finding people, inviting people to your opportunity, how to present the opportunity, how to follow up. It talks a lot about the mindset, right? This is a lot about the mindset. You can give this to, I give this to my coaches in their second month in the business. This is what I tell them to read, because in here it really talks about what the mindset is that you have to have in order to be successful. You know, you're in sales to an extent, so you've got to be able to market yourself that way, but we're doing it with heart and passion too. So this is a good one. Another one that I've read is How to Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sarah Robbins. It's definitely the same type of thought process as Go Pro. It's a little bit differently. And How to Become a Network Marketing Rock Star. Same thing. Take some of the principles from her book and apply them to you. But if you want to excel at your business, you've got to be educated. You want to be confident when somebody faces you with that kind of objection. When somebody says to me, you're involved in a pyramid scheme, I basically turn it around and I say, well, what do you think a pyramid scheme is? That is my challenge to you. When somebody asks you, ask them, because I guarantee you they don't really know what it means. Or if they do know what it means, they might have a false perception of what Beachbody is. So instead of just automatically going on the defense and attacking, why don't you flip it around and say to somebody, what do you think it is? What do you think Beachbody does that's illegal or is scammy? You know, and get their opinion. And then you can correct them or gently say, this is really what we do as coaches. So, all right, guys, do you have questions about this? If there's anything I can help you with, I'd be glad to help you tomorrow. I'm happy to, speak about whatever you guys would like. This week is all business tips. And yes, this is something you could put in if you guys run a sneak peek or, business opportunity calls. This is something that I address on my business opportunity calls when I'm sort of explaining what the business is. I always address this because it's definitely something that I do get a lot of questions about too. Because if you think about it, you get a lot of people that love health and fitness, but they're not sure about the business model. So, yes.
Okay, so we'll end it there. I just find it interesting that she says in each business call, when there's new people, she specifically needs to explain why the company that they are either already signed up for as a coach or potentially signed up for as a coach is not a pyramid scheme. And so let's really quickly talk about how she recommended 2 books to everyone. She recommends a certain book. I looked up these books and they have an abundance of positive reviews, which is good, but when looking at them, you're like, that doesn't seem real. So I wanted to look at some of the 1-star reviews, and a lot of them seemed to agree with me. They were like, either that this book is just repetitive, or this book is clearly describing a pyramid scheme. Why does this have so many 5-star reviews? Did you pay a bunch of bots to, hype it up so that people are more likely to read it and agree with it? And I watched a YouTube video that was uploaded I believe a couple months ago, and it is called The Multilevel Marketing Cult: Lies, Pyramid Schemes, and the Pursuit of Financial Freedom. And it is so good. It's like a mini docu-series, and he did such a good job explaining pyramid schemes, MLMs, and cults, because they all seem to fall under they all have the same mentality about them. Clearly, pyramid schemes, MLMs, they always are grouped together, but also MLMs and cult. It's always focus on the mindset, focus on the goal, just be positive and everything will work out. And if you're just happy and you work hard, everything will be good. And just follow what we're saying, because we clearly know what's best. And there was a section in that video where he talked about self-help books and books that individuals will recommend, and it is to keep the individual hooked in the MLM and keep their mind like a one-track mind of like, just stay with the MLM, like listen to what these people say, just follow these people. And so she recommends these books that keeps them on this one-track mind. And I just found, when I first watched it, I was like, why is she recommending books? How is a book going to help me explain to somebody why the company I work for is or is not a pyramid scheme? I just found her recommending two books that, I mean, according to her, are more or less saying the same thing, was just very odd. But I definitely recommend that video. It has so much good information. He breaks it down. He makes it very clear, about all three things, and it's really, really interesting to watch, and he did a really good job. I don't know him. I have no idea who he is. I just found the video and I found it really interesting, and I think if you guys are interested in anti-MLM content, you would absolutely love that video. Final thoughts for this video is, I mean, of course somebody in the top is going to want to explain why the company that they work for is not a pyramid scheme. And I don't even think I don't think anyone in MLMs are bad people. I just think they get sucked into these things, and it is the business model of the MLM that's bad. For somebody who has been in the company for 9 years, and for most of her time in the company, she's been at the top, it's very rare if you see anyone else be able to make it higher than, maybe making $400 a year. And anyone who is trying to get it right now, they are promised that you can maybe make it to making $1 million a year if you just follow what they do. And it's just sad that these people are so hopeful and they desire everything, and these MLMs are just designed to work against them, and I will continue to say that. I think the more anti-MLM videos that are out there, the better, because maybe it will open somebody's eyes that maybe they need to get out before it's too late, or they know somebody and they can try and help them, and they can try and show them that, hey, I'm doing this for your benefit. I don't want to see you lose out on everything, because so many people have lost out on everything, and I don't want to see that. There are so many ways that you can work from home that are legit businesses, legit business opportunities. We live in a fantastic time of social media, and we don't have to be promoting ourselves on Instagram and buying all of these products just to grasp at the option of possibly maybe living this perfect Instagram lifestyle, which does not exist. And these MLMs want to make you believe that it does, and it doesn't. You can create that for yourself without being a part of a pyramid scheme. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk all things Beachbody, MLMs, pyramid schemes in the comments below. And until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!